Right, let's go through a tournament with a pretty random team before we start building our own in our crystal journey. There's definitely no way I'm gonna be doing the level 5 or 100 tournaments in this game, that's for sure. That would take quite an obscene amount of prep work to make a competitive team for. I also severely doubt I'm gonna do the level 50 tournaments in Stadium. I'm probably just gonna go straight for the gym leader tower once I get to the right level. What can I say? The tournaments in the previous Stadium kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. I hope nobody minds that my entire run through the second generation isn't going to be a full showcase of absolutely everything that it has to offer. It just didn't feel right to me to go through Pokemon Crystal without also including Stadium 2 to some degree, since my first generation run primarily went through Red and the first Stadium. Again, I didn't do Stadium to completion then, and I didn't do all the post-game content in Red, but I was satisfied. Now, let's see how I handle myself with a team I had absolutely no hand in building whatsoever. Well, I certainly chose right with the Bellsprout, that's for sure. And apparently that Wooper had a counter in case I used a super effective move on it. I suppose this guy also went through Earl's Academy.
Sparks are flying from both competitors.
Well, I don't have a flying type on me to dodge the ground attack, so I suppose we have no choice but to hope we can tank it.
What's next? The hit glanced right off. Ah! Drilled a weakness.
When you're trading blows, this is the kind of trade-off you like to see. You take little damage, your opponent is absolutely done.
That KO will bring out a new Pokemon. Oh, it's Vulpix!
Fire against grass. Well, that's certainly a good sign we need to switch. Here's hoping that Vulpix doesn't have something like Solar Beam and will start charging it just as we make the switch. I doubt it, but the AI in the Stadium games are a lot more brutal to deal with than the handheld games they link to. And while this is the easiest of the Challenge Cup tournaments, I know I'm not the best Pokemon player.
Oh, that was weak. What impact will this Pokemon Switch have on the battle?
Well, the Switch is going to help us get through this trainer with a minimum of casualties, so that's something. Hopefully it's a sweep, but I can accept a win of any kind, really.
There's the attack! Man, that was perfectly! It managed to hang in there!
One health point
Pokemon
off!
is still
That's a
capable
tough
of going
fox.
up, but the other one looks tired.
Tired isn't the right word here, more like soaked and brutalized.
Nasty toxic! Wearing the foe down appears to be the plan.
Not a good plan when he's already down 2 Pokemon and there's no way he's winning a battle of attrition. At the very least, I doubt the third of his team is going to be able to knock out a Grass, Water, and Fire type in just a few turns.
Pokemon remains. Oh, it's Sandshrew! This is the last
Hell,
Pokemon.
Bellsprout and Meryl should be able to take this guy down. No way this is going down to the wire.
Try that, sir. Bullseye.
No single hit point last stand for this guy. He's just dropping from one hit like the Wooper back at the start of the fight. That's certainly a very solid start to the tournament. Doubt I'll even use the continue if we lose. Again, I'm not trying to be a top trainer with a hell of a lot of accolades. I'm sure no matter how many Pokemon games I go through, I'm gonna come across as a pretty damn average person. But hey, if everyone was an extraordinary ace, then there wouldn't be a top to rise to now, would there? Wait. We've got an explicit member of Team Rocket competing out here. I'm sorry, but if someone is openly wearing the colors of a notorious international gang of thieves, why is he allowed in a tournament like this? He didn't even list his actual name. He's just Rocket and Grunt. Well, none of our team seems to have any psychic moves, so there's no surefire screw you for all of the poison types. I suppose ground type will have to do for that counter, though that's not going to do anything to the Zubat.
This is the second round. The trainers place the Pokeball containing their leadoff Pokemon on the field to start the battle.
Yeah, definitely was a safe bet that he'd send a poison type first. Well, you little dwarf, we're gonna be digging a hole. Repeatedly diggy hole until the poor bastard is no longer a threat and hope he doesn't switch to the Zubat to make this more of a pain.
Whoops, that missed. It's a fierce battle. A furious attack. That struck home.
Ah, son of a bitch. I was hoping that would be a one-hit KO. Guess that was wishful thinking. And we take a one-hit KO in return. As far as I could tell, there was nothing we could have done differently. It was just a coin toss of which one would go down first there. And we happened to get unlucky. Nobody else on this team has anything that's going to be super effective against a poison type. And I'm sure we have to worry about the poisons that are going to come after this Nidoran.
Oh, it's Slugma! Will this battler live up to expectations? There's a big HP difference between the two combatants.
Doesn't mean much when he's got a hard-hitting attack like Blizzard. I'm not sure why he didn't use Blizzard against us again, though.
Wow, rock flush! Right, that's a hit!
2 on 2. This is still winnable for us, but not exactly a great way to start round 2 for this tournament.
Oh, it's Egan!
And of course, he picks another pure poison type that's not going to be weak to any specific move we've got now that Dig is no longer on the table.
Vicious attack! Hit! That was good! Whoa, Fire Blast! What impressive impact!
Huh. Wasn't expecting that to be a one-hit win, even if I know Fire Blast is a hard-hitting move. I'm clearly not a great judge for how hard a given attack is gonna land. Good God, if Fire Blast was so painful on neutral, it's gonna be downright lethal for that poor bug. That bit of poison really isn't gonna do this guy any favors, since Slugma is finishing things off rather quickly.
There are no more remaining Pokemon.
Are you calling yourself or your Pokemon a blithering fool? Because I'm pretty sure your Nidoran was certainly a cut above the rest. Oh wait, that's right, the Nidoran isn't yours, much like with our team. It was given to you by the tournament sponsors. And here's hoping he doesn't wander off with all those Pokemon. I'm sorry, but the only badges I can look at without cringing are the ones from the first generation. So using them from the second generation to denote which seed of the tournament we're in so far isn't quite as interesting as it was in the first Pokemon Stadium for me. Okay, 1 fighting, 3 birds, 1 bug, and 1 grass. Slugma and Hoot Hoot feel like good choices for us, but I can't really think of a great third choice. I suppose Dratini will have to do, since I don't think she's weak to any of these in particular.
Hotly contested battles here in Pokemon Stadium. The roar of the crowd signals the start of the 3rd round.
And again, I guess what the other person is going to send out reasonably well. Not that it did poor Larvitar any good in the previous round.
Whoa! It flew up high! It shrouded itself with Safeguard.
It probably would have been a better move to switch instead of doing a defensive move, but maybe that's just me. As I said back in the academy, I'm not much of a status buff kind of person.
It collapsed with only 1 hit.
Well, clearly that safeguard wasn't safe enough for this attack.
We're eagerly awaiting the appearance of the next Pokemon. Oh, Will this Pokemon avenge the honor of its fallen comrade?
Possibly, since Hoot Hoot doesn't have any great anti-air attacks.
There it goes! Hit! That inflicted some damage.
It wasn't a one-hit KO, though, so I'm not too worried about it. We're still in the green, if barely.
The white-hot battle continues. There's the shot!
Apparently not my lucky day, is it?
A furious attack! Great hit!
And we've gone from green to red. Definitely worrying here, especially since we haven't done anything to that Spearow yet. And this time we don't get to move first for some reason. Rest well, Hoot Hoot. We were just unlucky there. Unfortunately, these battles are certainly proving that I probably rely on luck far too much and not enough on skill.
What will be next? Oh, it's Slugma!
Hope you're up for some more ass-kicking, Slugma, though maybe that's the wrong thing to say since Slugma doesn't even have legs to kick with.
They're ready to go. What'll it do? Oh, a blow to the weak spot.
Son of a bitch, that Drill Peck is a lot more worrying than I thought it'd be. It may not be a one-hit KO move like Drill Horn, but it's certainly no joke.
Both Pokemon show signs of fatigue. What's this?
I was hoping that Spearow would get too dizzy to land that hit, but no. He's only getting standard hits or criticals with that move, which means we're gonna have to deal with a 2-on-1. Sure, the Spearow is about ready to drop, but if the next Pokemon isn't a grass or bug type, I don't think that Dratini is going to do all that well against him.
But the other one looks tired.
Good to know that dragons have more moves than just Dragon Rage now. Also good to know that we can attack first this time. I've had enough Drill Pecks for one day. Really, we had to get a critical when it would have finished him off either way, instead of when it could have saved a previous member of our team. Someone, please tell me what currency Lady Luck accepts, because whatever I've got just hasn't been getting accepted around here.
It's just one-on-one now. This match has come down to the wire. A furious attack. Great hit.
Not a one-shot, though, and that is the most preferable kind of hit.
Ah, it raised its evasiveness. The crowd's excitement is building from this heated battle.
Too bad for you that Swift is extremely accurate. Not quite a hit everything move like back in the first generation, but still pretty damn hard to avoid. That's another win on our belt, but given how close this one got, it's easy to imagine that we're not getting all that much further into the tournament. We're already outside, lady. Did you not pay attention to where our battle took place? Fourth round of an 8-round tournament. I doubt I'm gonna leave any impressions on anyone if I get dropped here. Still, I hope I've proven that I'm more than outright chaff when it comes to battle. This feels like another set of enemies that Slugma should do pretty well against, but that assumes we don't run into some more unlucky bullshit, and our luck has not been good out here. I seem to keep predicting the enemy's first choice over and over again, but that's not an indicator for how a battle is going to go. This guy's smart enough to switch Pokemon out if things don't look like they're going his way.
Oh, it's executed!
And it's too late for us to change what we're going to do. We have to wait for Dig to land before we can make any further decisions.
How's that? A light hit!
Definitely not good.
There! Giga Drain! Bam! That worked perfectly!
So he's perfectly healed and we're down a Pokemon in a hurry. Yeah, we're not making it to the second half of the tournament. Still, we can at least make him work for it. So long as I can avoid him completely sweeping us, I'll be satisfied.
They're ready to go. Oh, it's Slugma! Will this battler live up to expectations? The number of remaining Pokemon is 2 to 3.
Right. Of course he was slower than Larvitar and faster than Slugma. How am I supposed to guess how fast a bunch of psychic egg creatures that somehow count as grass types are supposed to be?
What? Fire Blast! That had to hurt.
Well, at least it's 2-on-2 now, though one of our two is a bit crippled now.
That KO will bring out a new Pokemon. Oh, it's Magnemite!
Getting the feeling I should have just started with Slugma in the first place instead of Larvitar. Dig just hasn't been the hard-hitting attack I was hoping it would be. Unfortunately, that was the only ground-type move on our team as far as I could tell.
A counterattack! Bullseye!
There's no way Slugma has taken out all three, but he's had a very respectable run in the tournament. He's been hitting harder than the pre-evolution of a pseudo-legendary, that's gotta count for something. And we're back to the same Mareep that started things off here. We're definitely losing to Slugma before he can get any shots off. No getting around that.
Pokemon is 2 to 1. Here it comes! Thunder! Yes, it's a hit!
Rest well, Slugma. You may not be a favorite of mine, but you certainly served with distinction here.
Just one Pokemon remains.
One Pokemon that I'm sure is weak to electric attacks. This is going to hurt.
It's the last Pokemon. It's just 1-on-1 now. This match has come down to the wire.
And unfortunately, electricity thrives in wires.
A furious attack! Hit! That was good!
Well, unless we get a second shot in, that's not going to be enough. Wait, why Thunder Wave instead of Thunder Shock? I'm pretty sure Dratini is part water type, right? Or is she a pure dragon? Hold on, I'm going to have to look that up.
What'll it do? A light pack.
Again, bit of an odd choice. Come on, Bubblepedia, finish loading up. Ah! Resists electric, fire, water, and grass. Is only weak to other dragons and ice. At least until Fairy type is introduced. Maybe I should have opened up with Dratini, and maybe I'm gonna be able to actually pull this around. Huh. Of course I'm not gonna be that lucky again. It was a solid try despite my iffy knowledge base, but this is as far as we go in the tournament. It felt pretty respectable to me, and I hope it was fun to watch. Next time, we're properly getting our Pokemon Crystal Run started and building our own team instead of working with lent Pokemon. Will we thrive? Will I manage to screw up several times? Only time and later clips will tell. All I know is Terran earned his win here, and I'm not gonna demand a rematch. I'd rather you just sent me a list of your songs to listen to rather than make me meet all your band members.